Hi everyone, it is really great to be here with you today in person. I am Danny from PlayHQ. I am going to be taking you through your very first PlayHQ training session. For anyone who has already joined this session online this week, because this is my sixth one, I can see someone laughing at the front here, so I'm really sorry. And Rupert, I know you've already been to a session this week. I apologize, it's exactly the same, but you two maybe can become like the PlayHQ experts that everyone comes to questions to you guys. We do have quite a little bit to get through, so it's going to be a mix of like videos and how you can get yourself set up ready for registrations in 2026. So just as a little bit of background, PlayHQ is the new competition and registration platform that you will be using. I hope you like the look of what you see today. Everything that we cover off, all of the videos will be available to you all, so don't think that you have to remember every tiny little thing that you see right now. All of the sessions that I have posted online as well have been recorded, so we'll make sure that we share the slides and the recordings from the online session so you can watch it back in your own time as well. Thank you. Probably just a little bit about PlayHQ. We were founded in Australia and we do partner with a lot of sports in Australia, hence the accent. Apparently I have an accent. So we are really excited. We are our first partner here in Canada. So we're really excited to be working with the team at Rugby Canada and the team at Rugby Ontario. And now that we're really excited to be rolling out to you as the clubs as well. Before we get into it, it is important to know that PlayHQ has different portals with different functionalities. Today, we're going to be focusing a lot on the admin portal because that is where you as a club will spend the majority of your time. That's where you log in, you set up your club, you set up your registrations, and you manage your club from within there. We do also have a participant portal, which is where you can go in and you can view fixtures, results, and it's public facing. One key mistake the clubs do make the very first time that they're accessing PlayHQ is they log into the admin portal, and then the next time they go to try and find the admin portal, they just Google PlayHQ. It takes them to the public site and they think, why have I lost access to my club? So just key to note the two different URLs on the screen there. What's going to happen is Rugby Ontario are going to work through giving you all admin access over the next couple of weeks. So you'll get sent out an invite via email, which will allow you to access the admin portal for your club. Also, in really, really exciting news, we have a Rugby Canada app, which is going to be available early in the new year. And I've got a little bit more information about that on a future slide. The first video for today, and I'm hoping we can hear the audio. If we can't, I will try and talk over it. Is just going to give you a little bit of an introduction to the PlayHQ admin portal. Online payments, merchandise, creation of teams, and the ability to navigate players, coaches, and team managers. This is your PlayHQ outcome to be successful at PlayHQ.com. Here we have comprehensive solutions available to us creating managed teams, set up registration forms, and management and all online. We can also yesterday allocate players, managers, and coaches for upcoming games. Their activities and rewards and make decisions for the national. We have the participants of the club. The organization's needs, volunteers, and staff. Access to the admin portal is vital for authorising administrators to give out publishers. For clubs, this means that all access admin will log in to the admin portal. Electronic cert packers will have access to the storage portal only. And sorry, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of flicking between video and presentation, but that's okay. Bear with us. So, as I mentioned, really excited to announce that there is going to be a brand new Rugby Canada app. There is a lot of functionality within the app, and it's going to be available from February onwards. From in the app, you're going to be able to look at your club's games, your fixtures, your results. You're going to be able to look for players and teams. You can favorite things to your home screen. You can sync your games into your calendar. There's a lot of functionality in it. It's definitely my favorite PlayHQ feature, and I do think it'll become all of your players and your club administrators' favorite feature as well. On the next slide, we just have a little bit of a sneak peek as to what some of those pages within the app looks like. So as you can see, you can view results as a club. You can send communications which appear on your club's like activity feed. You can view insights into games, look at player stats, and we also have the ability to live score games in PlayHQ. So if any of you are looking to live score your games, you can follow along from within the app. All of those scores will automatically flow through to the app. As I mentioned, it will be ready early Feb. Rugby Canada is still working through what the name of the app is going to be, but I'm sure there'll be more communications about that over the next couple of months. It'll be available to download from the App Store as well as the Google Play Store for any Android users. So these next round of videos are just going to show you how you can go in and set up your organization in PlayHQ. And Johnny has just alerted me to the fact that someone has just mentioned that they weren't aware that this system is now going to be replacing Sport Lomo. So PlayHQ will do everything that you used to do in Sport Lomo. So this first video here is just going to chat through how you first log in to the system. So what's going to happen is Rugby Ontario are going to give you administrator access next week, and this is how you will log in for the very first time. Your invitation is starts up to 30 days. Accepting on. This will take you to your organizations. System very parents, but actually listening. That's the objective of this organization. And it's temporary password from the name. Then create the password. They still log in for now. Once you click these steps, your PlayHQ account will be created. And you'll have administrator access to the organization that you want. If you have access to multiple organizations, choose the appropriate one for the ask menu at the top of the page. Your PlayHQ account works with only administrator access. So registrations as a player or managing participant. So need to create similar accounts with especially on sheet is always long as click your name in the login. Then select log out. The next video, which this is probably going to be a little bit annoying for you, Jocelyn, because you'll have to go out and then come back in again, is going to show you some of those first tasks that you will complete when you first log in. So it involves like adding in your club logo, your contact details, and all of that information. And I would recommend that these are some of the first things you do when you first get access. The My Organization section in PlayHQ lets administrators contact important details about your club, including contact information, visibility settings, and terms and conditions. Everything you enter here will appear on PlayHQ.com. Go to My Organization review to obtain these details. The details tab opens first, and there are more sections under each tab. To upload your club's logo, click Upload Image, choose a file, and make sure the image is a square with You can add information about your club in the description section. You can also add your club's contact information
You can enter a club email address, phone number, and website address in this section. This will appear at the bottom of the public PlayHQ site. You can update your club's address and set the disability status for discovery on apps by selecting Visible. This helps you find your club if they're looking for someone to play nearby. If needed, add the country, address, suburb, state, and postcode for your club. You can also add latitude and longitude to help your club appear on discovery maps. You can share your club's participation details with some formats available set by the governing body and the programs your club takes part in. Just select the checkboxes that apply. If there is any age or gender information specific to your club, you can enter it from the drop-down here. To add the two club's terms and conditions for participants to be set when registering, and here to add the club's abbreviation, enter it here. When everything is complete, click update and save to keep all the information up to date.
So from within the same area there of the My Organisation overview, clubs also have the ability to add in their key club contact information. So we're asking all clubs to enter this information in. It just means that Rugby Canada and Rugby Ontario have up-to-date contact information for all of your clubs. From within that page, you also have the ability to say whether you want that information listed publicly or not. So on that contacts page, if you want to list your information in there, but you're like, I don't actually need everybody to have access to that information via the app and on playhq.com, you can make it hidden so that it only appears for the organisations above you. As I mentioned, each of you will receive an invite for administrator access from Rugby Ontario. That's the contacts page just there. And then what's going to happen, you'll receive an email with admin access, the link to log into your club. Once one person within your club has administrator access, you can then invite others in as well. I will just call out that only people that need to have administrator access, we recommend adding them in, because there is a lot of sensitive information in here. Obviously, all of your players are going to be registering and they're entering all of that data, and all of that information is available via the reports. In terms of like your coaches and your team managers, we do have a special management access available for them, which we will make sure that we cover off in future training sessions. But that just allows you to grant coaches and team managers access to their own teams from within the app. So you don't necessarily need to give them administrator access. So the next slide here, we've just got a video which will walk you through how you can manage who has admin access at your club.
Navigate my organisation and what that means. Select income admin. Enter details of the administrator would like to invite. We recommend using personal email addresses rather than generic association or club email addresses. From the drop down, select which your type you would like the administrator to have full access. Club admins are responsible for managing administrations, payments, and tasks such as e-entry. Electronic scoring admins will have access to the electronic scoring portal. This drop type will be held later training sessions. Select invite admin top right hand corner. An invite will be sent to the email address listed to the public administrator access or to receive attention. Select edit needs to be administrator's name and select the appropriate action.
The next thing that you can do, sorry, I keep forgetting about that part. The next thing that you can do from within the system is add in your tax information and your payment details. So all you need to do is navigate to the tax tab from within My Organisation. If your club doesn't charge any tax, all you need to do is select no tax and update and save. If you do charge tax, you need to select tax applied and then just select the appropriate options. Once you've sent in this information, you can't actually update it yourself at the club level. So just make sure that you double check it before you submit. Once those details have been entered, you can then also add in your payment details into the system. So as a club, you have the ability to collect your registration and membership fees. You can set up and sell merchandise via the shop. You can set up any events that your club runs. And all of those you can collect fees. So we just need your payment details just to make sure that we're dispersing that money directly into your club's bank account.
That handles everything from member sign-ups to remaining payouts and reconciliation. With flexible payment options, collecting payments has never been easier. Collect payments quickly and securely for registrations, merchandise, memberships, and club or association fees. Before you begin, check the contact details for your organisation, bank account details, and information about your ABN or ACN if relevant. This form will need to be completed by an authorised person in your club, such as a treasurer or president. When you're ready, access the administration portal. Click My Organisation, select the Payments tab and click Submit Payment Details. Click your organisation details. If your organisation has an AP, select Yes and enter the details as they appear on your certification. Into the bank account details and details of the authorised representative. This should be the person who manages finances, like the treasurer or CFO. Lastly, read and accept all of the terms and conditions. Then click Submit. Your account is now set up and ready to start accepting payments.
So as I mentioned, gosh, I really need to just give Jocelyn like 10 more seconds before I start speaking again, don't I? So once you've got your payment details set up, you have the ability to collect a range of different fees through the platform. There's obviously lots of benefits to doing that. As a club, you don't need to continue to chase your players. I'm part of a community club myself, and I know how annoying it is when your players have played half a season and they still haven't paid their fees. So for you, no need to go in and continue to chase your players. We have a range of different options available at checkout for players to pay those fees. And we also have the ability for you as a club to collect those fees via monthly installments, which I'll highlight in a later video. We've got a lot of reporting that's already built into the system, making it really easy for your finance team to keep track of those finances. The next video, which I'm hoping is going to work because it's a little bit different, or the next types of videos, we're sort of now really getting into how you actually go into the system and set up your registrations. The first thing that you do need to do is you need to accept a 2026 season invite. This is a little bit different, I think, to what has probably happened in the past in Sport Lomo. It's really quick and easy to accept a 2026 season invite. What might happen is you might get admin access to the system, but then Rugby Ontario are going to be working through sending you this season 2026 invite. So the first time you log in, this invite might not be here, but it will come over the next couple of weeks.
Has set up the competition. They invite clubs to be a part of their competition. To accept an invite, applicate to competitions from the main menu and select invitations. Simply select accept. If the club does not wish to be a part of the upcoming season, they can select decline. Once the invite has been accepted, the competition will appear in the My Competitions tab. Select View to open up the upcoming season. Breaks created by the association will appear, and clubs will use the tabs along the top to create their teams and registration form for the upcoming season.
So once that invite has been accepted, you can then actually create your registration link for the upcoming season. This video is a little bit different. I will be talking to it, and usually I'm controlling it and pausing it at the times where I want to chat a little bit more. So just bear with us as we're working through this. Of course, we were always going to run into an issue, weren't we, with some of this stuff. Okay, what we're going to do is I will make sure that we share these videos with you afterwards, and we'll show you how you can go in and set up your registrations. But just know what's going to happen. There's a registration across on the registrations tab here. you can come in and create a participant to club registration link. That will create one link for your club, which all of your participants will go in and register for the 2026 season. Within that registration form, you set up your membership categories based on the membership categories that have been created by Rugby Ontario. So all you do is you go through and you select the appropriate categories that are relevant for your club. And then from there, you can add your own fees in. So all of the Rugby Canada and Rugby Ontario membership fees will already be set up and sitting in there ready for you. You then just select the appropriate categories for your club and then add your fees in as well. From within there, I mentioned that you have the ability to add in monthly installments. It's just a little toggle within that registration link. As the club, you just set the date that you want your final payment from each participant to come in. And from there, the system will work out how many months your payment will be split across. And then you also just need to add in a percentage amount to create, for the players to pay at the time of registration. We just need an upfront payment as well. If you are doing your monthly installments, you're only able to pay the club's fees in those monthly installments. When your players go in and register, the Rugby Canada and Rugby Ontario fees will be required to be paid upfront at the time of registration. Again, this video won't work, but we will make sure that we share it with you all. If you are collecting your fees in the system, you have the ability to set up discounts and vouchers so that you can discount your club registration fees. So we've got a discount code which you can create, and you can either create that for a dollar amount or a percentage amount. Each code that you create will just generate a unique code that you can give your participants to apply at checkout for that discount. We also have a family member discount, which if you turn that on, it will grant every second, third, fourth, or subsequent registration under the same account holder in the same family, that percentage discount. I'm not sure whether Sport Loma had a feature like that or whether that's something that clubs will use in PlayHQ, but it is there as an option if you would like to turn that on. The system will then just automatically calculate when that percentage needs to be applied, and it'll apply it at checkout for you. The next three videos here are starting to get a little bit into the competition management side of PlayHQ, so it's probably not essential information for you to have right now. But while we have everyone's attention, we thought we may as well show you all of the functionality that you'll be using PlayHQ for. So this first video here will walk you through exactly how you can go into the system and create your teams for season 2026.
To create a team, open up the upcoming season and navigate to teams. From here, select Add Club Team. Enter the 5 fields and the team name auto-populate. The team ID is an optional field that can be used as an identifier if you have multiple teams in the same grade. The team name can be modified in the name field if the auto-populated name does not match the association name action. The club will then select a home venue and ground for this team. To search for a venue, type the name of the venue in the box and a list of all venues will appear. Home games for this team will always be featured at a chosen round. However, your association can move these if required. Select Add Team and your team has been created. Repeat this step to create all of your club teams.
So you will go into the system, you will create your teams, and then depending on whether Rugby Ontario turn this setting on or not, you may also have the ability to nominate your teams into their appropriate age grades. If Charlotte's not going to turn it on, so do you know what? Let's just skip over this video because I don't need to know how to do that. Charlotte is telling you that she is going to do all of that work for you, so you don't need to worry about it. She's saving you all this time and effort. Good job, Charlotte. So once you've set up your registrations, all of your participants have started to register to your club. If you've used that participant to club registration link, you can then start allocating your participants into their relevant teams. This video also chats about how you can allocate your coaches and team managers to their teams as well. So those role types will register via that same link that your players register to. And this is where you would grant them the management access, which is what we're going to cover off in future training sessions. I will just call out that players can be allocated to more than one team. They just need to register to your club once, and then they can be allocated to as many teams within your competition. And we get a little out of SpongeBob as well, just to keep things really interesting.
In a club-based competition, participants will allocate participants to teams. This includes players, coaches, and team managers. If participants register directly to the association, then it would become the association's responsibility to allocate participants to teams. If the association has used the participant to team registration form, they will not need to complete this step. To allocate players, select teams in the relevant season. Select View to open up the team and select Allocate Player. All active participants who have registered to your competition will appear in the list. The list will default to all players who are yet to be allocated to a team. Use the unallocated tick box to find players who have already been allocated to another team. Use the filters and date of birth range to narrow down the list of participants. Select all the players and allocate players. Once players are allocated to a team, they can easily be added to a team's lineup. This process is the same for clubs allocating players to teams. To allocate a coach to a team, select Allocate Coach in the team staff area and follow the same process. All coaches who have registered to your competition will appear in the list. Once coaches have been allocated to the team, they will appear in the team's lineup every game. To allocate a team manager to a team, select Allocate Team Manager and again follow the same process. Team managers of club teams can be given team management access. This will be covered off in a later training video.
Okay, that's the last of the videos. So now you just get to listen to me talk for the rest of this, which is fun for you all. So if we move on, we can also talk about transfers and permits. So moving forward, transfers and permits will be managed in PlayHQ. What is a transfer? What's a permit? A transfer is where a player is registered for Club A. They put in a transfer request to move to Club B. That gets approved by all of the relevant parties. And moving forward, that player would only have a registration at Club B. So they've only got one active registration. A permit allows a player to play for multiple clubs at the same time. Again, it needs to go through that approval flow. And I believe this was formerly known as a dual membership in the previous platform. So I believe it'll work very similar to that. So transfers can actually either be submitted by a club administrator from the admin portal, or it can be requested by the player when they go through and they're submitting that registration to the second club. Whether it's submitted by a player or the club administrator, it still goes through that same approval flow. At any stage, if you do not action a transfer or a permit pending at your club's level within 7 days, it will be automatically approved and moved on to the next stage. We do have like email notifications that you can set up in the portal so that you can just make sure that you are getting an email notification every time someone's trying to either come to your club or leave your club, so that you don't miss any of them. The next video will not work, but we will make sure that we share it with you so we can walk you through exactly how to set up those email notifications. And we'll also walk through how you can submit a transfer request from the club administrator side of things, and then how you can go in and you can approve or decline those requests. But you'll see on the, sorry, can you just go back to one slide for me? You'll see on the main menu, we've just got transfers and permits from the main menu, and you just manage all of your transfers and permits from within that setting there. Thank you. Not going to go into too much detail about this today, but we just wanted to make sure everyone knew that refunds can also be processed in PlayHQ. We've got the two options in PlayHQ. We're calling them like an automated refund and a manual refund. The automated refund is where a player can submit that refund within 15 days of registration. If they have not played a game, the system will just automatically process that refund for them. After the 15 days, it'll move to a manual refund, and it can be partial or full, and that needs to go through an approval flow where it's approved by all levels before that refund will be processed. The manual refund piece will not be ready until February, but we believe that there's not usually many refunds that need to be processed before that point anyway. I'm just going to pause here and see if there's any questions so far about anything that we have covered off. Yes. The player can have as many permits as they need to have.
That's a question for both. What's going to happen with the data for our assistant members who store Rumble, and can we confirm that that's going to be deleted?
Yeah, sorry, I can actually talk to that. We are in the process of migrating all of the data from Sport Lomo into PlayHQ. And when your participants go through and register in PlayHQ for the very first time, they will claim their profile from Sport Lomo so that it's got all of that history attached to it.
Will it be
I will let John or Rugby Ontario answer that one.
This again might be a one question.
Yeah.
We bridge your training sessions all the way to the district from Sport Mobile now, and we'll continue to transfer to PlayHQ. Is that just anything jump over for the okay? Kind of what can you say about that transfer page? We'll use anything financially possible.
Great. Yes.
For the new permits that are replacing the dual membership?
Yes.
Would be like a limit of 2 memberships for players? Or do we know or are we there forever?
I might need, is that a rule at the moment with Rugby Ontario that you can only have? Nothing changes. There we go.
So it wasn't a limitation of the software, it was Rugby Ontario making a decision, or Rugby Canada making a decision? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not aware of the Rugby Ontario rules. The system will allow you to have as many permits as possible, but whatever Rugby Ontario's rules are, you obviously have to follow those. Yeah. Rugby Canada rules. Yeah. John, Charlotte, what is the Rugby Canada rule at the moment? Okay, we will come back to you on that one. I just have a couple more slides to get through in terms of like the rest of the functionality. Yes, questions? Match officials won't be managed in PlayHQ moving forward. Yeah, it'll be done in a separate platform. I don't believe it will be Sport Lomo. Yeah, good question. Yes.
Prior to that, is that another phase?
So PlayHQ will have an integration with the ref management platform that Rugby Canada decides to partner with. So all of the game data and things like that will flow directly from PlayHQ into the ref management platform, but it will be separate to PlayHQ. But we'll have an integration with them.
So if coach or registered, then right. If a coach or registered Rugby Canada, and they indicated that they're affiliated with my club, is there any like accountability from club side for them? So we are checking for the whole record, but is there any awesome?
Yeah, we will also have an integration with the LMS that I think you just saw a little bit earlier. So all of that information from the LMS will also surface in PlayHQ. So you can see all of that information in the one spot.
And one single page with either a green line, yellow line, or red line. Same will happen with the integration. That's all.
Question online.
Oh yeah.
Question is, and this replaces
TeamSnap. I'm not 100% sure of all of the functionality that sits within TeamSnap. I'm not going to lie. We do have a communications function in PlayHQ, which I'll touch on like in a little bit. I don't know whether, I don't know if someone in the room might be able to tell me, does TeamSnap have the ability to actually have a two-way conversation? Yeah, we don't have that in PlayHQ. We only have one-way communications in PlayHQ pushing out. We don't have that chat functionality, but it's not to say that it's something that we won't introduce in the future. Yes, Rupert? Yeah. Yeah, cool. So we do have player availability within the Rugby Canada app where players can go in and mark the games that they are available for, and that information flows through to coaches and team managers. So rather than having to go in and say, I'm not available, I am available, you can just do it from within the app. And again, we'll make sure we touch on more of those features in those game day training sessions that'll be next year. Yes?
The current process. Did I miss that?
No, you haven't missed that. We'll make sure that we cover it off in more detail in future training sessions, but it will be managed in PlayHQ. Yes.
I'm curious to know if Andy created members for other members. For example, like there's a way that you're paying your own, your kids want to pay, just add some money into a player, like no player like you like fun. Like that.
Not in the registration flow, but we do have a shop where you may be able to set up like a product within your shop, which is like a pay it forward, where someone could go and purchase that product in the shop. And then you could create a voucher code for the people who were, yeah, you could do it that way. It's probably a little bit manual, but you could use the shop to do some of that stuff. Any other questions before we just move on? I'm just going to chat about some of the other features that are available in PlayHQ. They're not essential for you to know about right now, but I think it's nice just to see all of the functionality that the system will offer. Some of them you may use, some of them you may never even touch. So if we just go to, thank you. This is just a list of some of the things I'm going to touch on now and some of the extra functionality that exists within the platform. So the first thing that I'm going to touch on is sanctioning. I'm not going to show you what sanctioning looks like in PlayHQ. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. But for now, just know that it will be managed in PlayHQ. It'll be easy. It'll be really straightforward for you to use. And you'll have the ability to do it within the system. Can you go to the next one for me? Thank you. As I've just mentioned, we also have a shop in PlayHQ where you can set up your club merchandise, you can set up whatever you need to sell, and you have the ability to sell that via either your registration forms, or we also have a shop front in PlayHQ. If you do decide to turn your shop on in PlayHQ, it'll appear within your club's page in the app. It'll also appear on the playhq.com website as well. With your merchandise, if you are setting it up, you can set up different variations, including like different sizes and things like that. Within the shop, you also have the ability to do a payment request. So if you need to collect like one-off payments from people from outside your club, you can set up those payment links and just collect one-off payments as well. Any merchandise that you... Lots of questions about that one. I'll go front first and then we'll go to the back. Oh yeah, good question. Sorry. Any transactions through PlayHQ, it's the same fee across registration, shop, all of it. Club, you don't pay anything. It's all paid by the participant. It's exactly the same apparently as what it was in Sport Lomo, 3.25% plus the $2 transaction fee.
So people buy or go through to the
yes. 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 Yes, correct.
We have an online store, I guess I just want to make sure I'm clear on it. We have an online store where we may use that as a gateway for points taken off there as well.
Let's chat about that. Yeah, let's chat about that later. Yeah. Yes.
This one is people that shop that we give out the party registration.
Yep. Yep.
They can put their signs down there, not charge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of clubs do that. What they do is they set up the merchandise products in the shop and just set it up as $0. And then they're collecting the sizes. So when I go through and register, I'm selecting what size I want to order. I love a big 2 thumbs up. That's great. And they're just adding that to their order, but they're not actually paying anything for it at that point in time. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. The other feature that you have the option to use in the system is the programs functionality in PlayHQ. This is accessed via the programs tab from the main menu. A program might be something like an event, a holiday camp, anything that you were running in your club outside of like the registrations and purchasing your memberships. Just want to call out that any person registering to a program, as per Rugby Canada's rules, should already have like the appropriate memberships. And this is not linked to the Rugby Canada or the Rugby Ontario memberships. So if they are not yet a member, they do need to register via your competitions registration link. But this is just a good way for you as clubs to collect registrations for any of that extra activity that you might be running at your club. Really easy to set up, and we've got lots of support videos and articles available to help you through that process if you did want to use it. Moving on to communications, yeah.
CR ordering, are the schools also using this and thinking about the current process that we have? Regard when they are school versus one environment, is there any integration there?
No, schools have nothing and want nothing to do with us, so the current system, the way we have it, they send us an Excel sheet at the end of the season, so we can use that as part of our information.
But within season part of that, so that would be like a engagement parent, both stuff we do now.
So you know how we have it that, so you get everything, you can just put it in yourself, so that's self-reporting is where it should fit into.
Okay. Thanks, Jonathan.
So communications. So we've got a post functionality in PlayHQ, and as we sort of spoke about a little bit earlier, it is just one-way communications. But as a club, you can create these posts within the system. You just access it via the post tab. You can create audience segments. So for instance, if you just need to send out communications to your under 12s or your under 14s or whatever it might be, you can create those audience segments. You then, as a club, have the option to either send the communications out via the app. And as we saw a little bit earlier, you've got that activity feed within the app, so you can push out those notifications into the app. Or you also have the ability to send out emails to anyone who's registered to your club as well. If the post functionality isn't quite what you need, we also have a MailChimp integration. So if any of you in the room already use MailChimp to build out like campaigns and things like that, we can you can link up your MailChimp account with PlayHQ. Anytime someone registers in PlayHQ, they'll then sync across into your MailChimp. So you can use that as well. You also have the ability to set up a website in PlayHQ. So this would mean it's integrated with all of your fixtures, your registrations, your results. They're really, really easy to set up. I promise you do not need to be a web expert in order to know how to set up these PlayHQ websites. All you need to do is go to the websites tab from the left-hand side in the menu there. All the information you need about setting up those websites just lives on that page, including the pricing that's available for those websites as well. One of the really great things about PlayHQ is the access to all of the data that you will get. The very first page that you land on in PlayHQ is the dashboards tab, where there will be a heap of ready-made dashboards, so you can just get a really quick snapshot of where your club is at any given stage. So we've got registration dashboards, finance dashboards. When you get into the competition side of it, you'll see like fixturing dashboards and things like that. So really great just to go in and get like a really quick glimpse as to where your club is at. I think this is one of the coolest things because rather than having to go in and download a report, at any given stage, you'll just be able to see exactly how many people are registered to your club and how many registered yesterday, etc. Once you've been using PlayHQ for a number of years, you can also start to track like registration trends and things like that, which is really cool. If you want a little bit more information though, we do also have the reports functionality in the system as well. So from the main menu, just go down to reports. There's a range of like one-click reports which are already available in there for you, which you can just download. All of them will download into Excel for you. Otherwise, you can also build your own reports via the report builder, just making sure that you're only bringing in the data that you actually need into that report. A few of the key reports that clubs use all the time, we've got a competitions participants report, which just gives you a list of every single one of your members. We've also got the transactions reports and the payout reports, so you can keep track of your finances as well. But pretty much any piece of data that's in the system, there's a report there for you, which you can download and access at any stage. That brings us to the end. Is there any final questions about PlayHQ? I'll also be around for the rest of the day, so if anyone just wants to come and have a chat, or you have any questions, or you think of anything after this, just come and have a chat. We can chat all things PlayHQ. What's going to happen, as I mentioned a couple of times now, we're going to have lots of training sessions like in the new year. We'll probably be covering off this stuff again, so if you need a bit of a refresher, feel free to book into one of the online sessions. We'll also get more into the game day stuff, so that competition management in the new year as well. As I mentioned, Rugby Ontario are going to work through giving you administrator access from next week. So keep an eye out for that email to hit your inbox, and then you can go in and you can log in and you can start using the system. Just lastly, there's a range of support available for you. So we have, can you just go to the next slide? Thank you. There's an assistant in the platform that you can ask a question to at any stage. All of the videos that we saw today are available on YouTube. We also have a support site with articles and videos on every single feature that exists within PlayHQ, and it'll just walk you through exactly how you can set things up. Thank you so much, everyone. We are really, really excited to be working with you all. Hopefully you like what you see, and hopefully you enjoy your first experience with PlayHQ. Thanks, everyone.